Free vote enrollment? Oh. What? Oh, wait. I'm not even capturing this. Oops. There it is. Fortunately, your neighborhood is not popular enough. Blah, blah. No one cares. Your vote won't count as much as someone who lives in that neighborhood? Okay. I literally do not care. That one. Might be a good idea to think of what residents you might... Nope. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh, hello. Well, I've had a day. Don't know about you. No, not accepted to Harvard. I mean, not to preclude that it can't happen, but... I don't know if there's new stuff in here. Oh, I guess there is, maybe. Yeah. They're obligated to. Is there anything here? Oh. Free vote confirmation. Great. Choose your candidates wisely. Oh, I have until tomorrow. Christ, I don't care. Is there one with, like, Mayor in the name? Mayor Brendan, you've done it. Why don't you nominate? That's fine. This means literally nothing. What? What? Thank you. Okay, great. Yep, that's 4 emails literally about nothing. Got 74 resumes in 3 days. Could you just pull them out of a hat? Wait, is there even more stuff? Did this event already end? Am I dumb? Probably. I don't see any chests here. Kind of would assume other people would be here. Womp womp. Oh, Sims Online. Are we still the #1 casino? We haven't been the #1 casino for a bit. Oh, thanks. Trademark tweet. It got done. Heart was beating out of my chest and I thought I was gonna vomit, but other than that... Check that off the list. Yeah, now back to The Sims. Now back to your regularly scheduled mediocrity. Next time I go in for a haircut, I can have him sweep it into a bag, and I'll send you all the floor sweepings and a stick of glue. You can go to town on it. Oh, thanks. I don't know. It's a lot. Everything's sort of a lot. Why is everything also broken? Who broke the TV in my conference room and also the microwave? Gamer hair. Dip it in Red Bull. I don't know. It's still very weird to talk about. Because I'm so used to, like, intentionally avoiding it. And then there's, like, a massive, massive gap in my life and all of my dumb anecdotes that I could talk about on stream. What am I even doing? Oh, what is there even to do? Every time I load up The Sims Online, I think, yeah, I like The Sims. That'll be fun. And then you look at it and it's like, everything's broken and no one's here and there's literally no point to doing anything in any of this. Also, everything is just smoking constantly. It's not even April yet, so it's far too early for 420. At least we have this food from last week. Why not a different Sims? I don't know. Because I'm like... Why is the... What? Well, whatever. I just habitually log into The Sims Online and think, oh, well, maybe there's a new event for more garbage I don't need. Like, maybe I need another hella mean cake from the Halloween event. I mean, I don't. But, you know. FOMO is as FOMO does. And like last time, I totally missed out on the toilet paper event. And that's important. I think that was an event. It's been since like 2018 since you've touched The Sims Online. A lot has changed, and it's also the same exact incredibly boring time waster that it has been for ages. Hey, welcome to The Sims Online. What do? You click the jam station, you click make preserves, then you sit there and then you wait for like 5 minutes and then they give you your $65 and then you do it again. Oh no, the text-to-speech is a default feature now. Like, it's just baked into the game. For example. Oh, thanks. It's still very surreal. Like, brain is just... No, don't engage with that! Anyone says anything, you just pretend you didn't read it. Or it'd be like, haha, yeah, it's... whatever. Anyway. So that'll probably take some, getting over. Blackjack. Anyway, you've seen the pictures, so I can, say with at least some confidence, it couldn't have been worse than what I started with. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, no, I don't have to, like, avoid talking about it, but also, you know, it's just a very new thing. It's weird, though, because it's like half a new thing and half a very old thing. And it fits in this weird sense of limbo. But I have to say, probably if it weren't for being in that psilocybin clinical trial last week, I would not have done it. You know, you don't have that, like, constant amount of just dread and sense that everything is awful and it's all going to be terrible and everyone secretly hates you. Like, that all just sort of stopped after they gave me all the psilocybin. And there's this sort of, like, renewed sense of, you know, like, balance and self-confidence in a way that there didn't used to be. And with any luck, I'm hoping it doesn't cross over into delusional, but whatever. Did you do it? I think I did. Yeah, I guess so. Did the thing. There's a butt ton of pictures out there now. Little tiny postage stamps. Or however Twitter resized them. But yeah, no, I think the trial's been working out. It'd be nice if I could get even more psilocybin, but whatever. Oh yeah, no, like goddamn Game Boy camera selfies. When I tweeted those initially, I thought, okay, this is it. Everyone's gonna know. You know, this is like V coming out. And that was also incredibly stressful. And then I did it, and literally nobody said anything about that. And I'm sitting there like, wait, what? I stressed out over all of that, and you mean I have to do it again? So, like, hopefully this time it gets the idea across. Unless someone's like, what? What I don't... It was just a picture... I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, hey, bad news, like, not talking about it or not, you know, acknowledging or, you know, really embracing, like, hey, that's the thing. That, like, A, integral part of you, B, you know, something that you're doing something about. Like, you know, guess at some point you just have to embrace it. Oh, no, I mean, I figured at some point it just became this very obvious open secret, but whatever. Ah, it's a bad jam day. Game Boy camera selfie was too low res for you to make any assumptions. God, dude, I spent so long, like, trying to take halfway decent ones that seemed, like, vaguely passable, and then sent them around to a bunch of people who I'm sure were tired of me talking about them, like, hey, here's like a dozen of them, which ones do you think are the best? And it's like, God, you poor people that had to deal with me. Just this lack of self-confidence. What a nightmare. You did not get that, or did not get that impression from the Game Boy selfies yourself. God damn it, see? Stressed out over nothing. And now I can stress out over something. And hopefully it's the last time. No, I think that emote's gonna have to stay. If only because the Tim Not Found one is, not an image that you see in your web browser anymore unless you're still rocking Internet Explorer 5. And I think that's only me at this point. And I don't even know if that other broken image one on the Tim face emote is like modern day 404 image, but who can tell? Oh yeah, God, the blood bat. Oh yeah, I had forgotten that. Yeah, Meta, you're free. You're no longer bound by blood to not speak about it. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Can refer to it as literally anything. Checked off something for the day, and that's done. I'm not going to have to worry about having answers for everything else, even though it's been like almost 4 years. So I probably should. Also, I intentionally picked the most slug-like starting selfies. God, that one at the very beginning, the lower of the two, was maybe like the worst photo I possibly can find of myself, because like the only photos that exist of me from like before 2015 and 2016 are like stuff on old IDs, which, you know, are going to be universally terrible, but bad news. It's all I got. Oh, one sec. Oh, thanks. What a day. It's very weird because after... Oh, also, how do you give it the psilocybin? They give you a pill, but they give you 5 pills. Each pill is 5 milligrams. They just open up a pill bottle as if it's literally any other drug, and give them to you. They wait until you take them because they have to see you take them, and then you're just off. They play some music that sounds like it would probably be in an episode of Planet Earth, and then you get some headphones, you get some eye shades, which I got to keep, which is probably for the best because I cried a bunch into them during the experience. And then you just wait for something to happen, and then you're off, and the roller coaster in your mind just starts, and it doesn't stop starting. Considered ordering one of those household hair lasers. Yeah, so I have a an IPL gun, and I got too lazy to keep using it. Like, you really only could use it on like the darkest of dark hair, so I have like random chunks on my legs where it hasn't really grown in quite as much, but other than that, it doesn't really do that much. And it also takes like, I don't know, at least an hour, because it's got this tiny little camera flash. And also at some point the bulb on that will burn out, and I'm assuming you cannot ever replace it. And then your apartment just smells softly of burning hair. I tried using an epilator, but God, they hurt so much. Oh, you get used to it. Oh, don't be a baby. Also, it lasts so much longer. The thing that's annoying, though, about them is actually that they're incredibly loud. And ever since I had gotten noise-canceling headphones, I think that's helped a bit, but then they also just end up falling off my head as I'm, you know, leaning down and trying to do it effectively. Yeah, and then they, like, shoot hair everywhere. Maybe they make some that, like, collect it in a little bucket attachment thing, but the This is like 6 years ago when I bought mine, or 5 years or whatever. And it's like the $20 one from Philips on Amazon, and it just pulls them out and it just throws them everywhere. So be warned, you will need a vacuum. Anyway, that's my day. How's your day? Jams. Oh, thanks. I hope it's not like, I don't know, too weird or too delusional, like, well, why do you possibly think this looks any better? Or anything, but trying to make myself believe that it really doesn't matter. And that it's, you know, about what makes you happy with your sense of existence and body and everything else. Had a burger. I had 2 bagels, and that's bread with crap in the middle, so I'm gonna assume that's almost the same as a burger. Oh, thanks, I guess. Good luck with everything, Double Infinity. Thing is a constant roller coaster. Oh, God. So many dumb stories attached to it that, like, for ages and ages and ages, I just did not tell. Like, Christ, when I came out to my parents, quote unquote came out to my parents, it's like an awful, miserable sitcom. It was Christmas, and we had just gotten back from my grandma's house, and I was in not a great mood. You know, we got home, I went upstairs, took some ZZZ-Quil, wanted to go to bed, went to grab my pills, and realized, oh wait, I'm missing one, and it's the most important one. I better get that out of the car, because I'm pretty sure it's fallen out somewhere. Run downstairs, and then Mom is just standing in the doorway, holding the pill bottle, shaking it at me, like, why are you taking estrogen? And it's like, oh God, I have no idea how to reply to this in this situation at all. Of all the ways I thought it would happen, I did not think it was going to be that. And literally all I could say was like, Merry Christmas? And she was not amused. And then at some point they stopped talking to me for months. Anyway, let's not dwell on that part. Because in the moment, it was very funny. I know, no, it is like exactly like some awful, miserable sitcom. Like, you could not come up with a more contrived scenario, except that it happened. So that's a fun story. Quote unquote fun, we shall say. Was that recent? It was like Christmas 2018, I think. So, not really. But also, in the grand scheme of things, I guess, sort of. God, you still have no idea how weird it feels to just, you know, talk about any of it without being, like, entirely detached from the subject. Oh, well, some people do this, and I know people who do that. Like, no, hey, bad news, it's me too. Oops. Womp womp. Also, I did not think I would just sit here and click the jam station for the next half hour for my evening, but there you go. Yeah, but the thing is, God, that that stupid pickle tweet, I didn't even realize it was a thing. I just wanted them. I had one at some point and thought, wow, this is really good. And this hits the spot in a way that I wasn't expecting. Boy, oh boy, I should go and get more pickles. And then someone's like, hey, you know, that's a trans thing. I'm like, oh, God, really? I think I ended up, like, deleting it because it's just... Well, I don't want people to catch on to this quite yet, so womp womp. I'm going to say that a lot, I guess. No, because spironolactone's a potassium-sparing diuretic, so it kind of just makes you want salt all the time. And also, if anybody did even the slightest amount of research, I've had the account StereotoneTim registered on Twitch for ages. Also, no, it doesn't stream, but I'm disappointed by all of you internet detectives. No, it's mostly just craving salt, more than anything. And yeah, also, like, all the cosplay was, hey, be really good if you saw me in this context. And also, if you don't like it, I'll just be like, no, it's a joke, bro. It's just a costume. What's your deal? Etc., etc. That was the out. You don't actually have to follow it. It was a joke. Oh, congrats on the pills. Hope you're prepared to pee a lot. Which is also probably part of the reason that I had to get up and go to the bathroom when I was in the psilocybin thing half a dozen times. It's like, I'm gonna have some water because my mouth is dry, and oh, no, that's gonna come out in like 5 minutes. Lather, rinse, and repeat. Anyway, hope it's not been too weird. Have no idea what to make of it, having not really spoken about it for ages, but... At some point I have to figure out what I'm doing at work. You know, it's like I'm still coming to work with schlubby boy clothes and binding my chest, and that is miserable in the summer. Like, my God. It's like you're dying. It's just so sweaty. I'd come into work and then just immediately run into the cold room and sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes. Just so I can go into the office and feel vaguely normal and not like this gross, damp lump. Thank you for clapping. Wait, I didn't even finish a full set of this yet. What was I making on Jam? Like 43 bucks?
The Jam dungeon is now a pickle jar dungeon.
God, I went and bought more containers of pickles when I'd gone grocery shopping last. And I don't know what it is, but I generally get the, like, frou-frou Grillo pickles things because I feel like they're the best. All of a sudden, they're just, like, SpongeBob branded. But for, like, absolutely no reason. It's just, hey, here's the same exact pickles you know and love, except now there's just a picture of SpongeBob on the container. And nowhere on the packaging does it say, oh, SpongeBob likes pickles because whatever. Like, I had to look it up. And on their Facebook, they say, oh, yeah, you can put these pickles on your Krabby Patty like SpongeBob does, but also they're pickle spears, and no one does that unless it's like the Krabby Deli and Mr. Krabs is selling Reubens, in which case, like, I guess, but who knows? It is a stretch. Like, you think of food that... Well, maybe that's, like, the point. You think of food that would appeal to kids, and pickles are not necessarily high on the list, but... SpongeBob is here to change that. Oh no, my fish. Not again! Welcome to the dead aquarium. That one's still alive. I kind of wish if the fish died, they would also start smoking, but what are you gonna do? Maybe smoking's what killed the fish. Honestly, there should be more smoke coming out of these things. It's either that or the fish died from popcorn lung by vaping too much. What was that sound? Wait, talk again. What was that? God, your text-to-speech just sounds like someone's stomach rumbling. Try to hate your brain a little less each day. Honestly, I am kind of surprised how much the psilocybin thing moved the needle. And it moved the needle in a way that I wasn't really expecting, because it's not like the sense of, you know, euphoria or any sort of just like, oh no, my fish, again. But it's not like this just sense of euphoria or a general sense of well-being or anything, but it honestly does just kind of change the way that you process things. You know, there's just this less sense of like, hey, literally everything that goes wrong and literally everything that stresses you out is your fault because you're just some failure screw-up, you know, and everyone is secretly just being nice to you while they're all actually disappointed in you and blah, blah, blah. And it's weird because it all just kind of faded away. And I'm going to be really disappointed if it stops being that way, but, you know, if it at least seems like a difference in cognitive processing and more like balanced outlook, I guess I can try to ride that for as long as I can. Thanks, John. Glad you're feeling better for now! Can you put some ellipses at the end of that? I don't think it's just like... Oh god, what's the word? Not dramatic. Ominous, thank you. Wow, 50 bucks. Can't wait to click the same button again. No, wait, how about I go to the mayor's house and then sleep in the mayor's bed? And then go and have a mayoral pee and then go to the... Oh, I never opened up the McDonald's! Totally forgot. Do that, and then go and make mayor food. God, this game is such a hassle for, like... Every single food item, you just have to load up with money, and then it runs out, and it doesn't work unless you put even more money into it, whereas it just... should pull the money right out of your account. And maybe direct deposit wasn't a thing when this came out in 2001. I have no idea, but... It's just so many dumb extra steps.
Also, the trans flag towels were kinda a giveaway.
What? No. That's... impossible. How could you possibly connect those two thoughts? To be fair, if I put, like, the cat and dog flags up, I would not imagine you thinking that it's like, oh no, Tim's a furry now, actually. Like, it's just stuff. But we also call that, quote-unquote, foreshadowing. How's my day been? Oh man, it's been a day. Tim, I'm a furry, and everyone here and in the Discord loves me. Why? No, I'm kidding. Everything's broken. Yeah, the Sonic leggings gave it away. Hey, I'm just gonna wear these clothes and just, you know, have a normal one. That's a joke. Quote-unquote joke. Oops, I keep posting these jokes. That's kinda... That makes them extra funny jokes. It's a running bit now, and absolutely not anything that you should have ever read into. Oh, thanks, double guns. God, dude, what a day. It's like before I... Like, even finished just adding all the random photos onto it and thinking, like, you know, I should probably just post this. Like, my... My stupid t-shirt just started getting so soaked through with sweat. Like, very unflattering, but my god. Just this incredibly stressful thing that, you know, I feel like in retrospect, you probably already knew, but whatever. Thanks, Brightclad. Thank you for sitting in the bathroom while watching me shower. Can I applaud you in the tub? No. thanks. A very high quality, well put together image. I'll have you know I did that in Photoshop. One of the few things I've ever used Photoshop for, but for some reason, when you're trying to copy images from like Google Photos into Word, it doesn't want to put the actual image as much as it's just pasting the URL, and every single time you want to do it, you have to right click it, and then there's a special option for paste as image, and it's just too much work. No, don't worry, I pirated that copy of Photoshop. Shh, don't tell them. Did I get CS2 and they made it free to download? I think I have CS6. What does it say? About Photoshop, CS6, there it is. And also, there I am, I guess. Ta-da! But you've already seen that, maybe. Also, it was very funny just scrolling through them all, seeing, like, just the volume of selfies from year to year. See, or was there a year that had way more selfies? 2019 just kept going. Like, I just keep scrolling through it and thinking, oh, well, surely this is a different year now. But no. It was just a crap ton for 2019. But also in, like, a weirdly, I don't know, like, emotionally affecting way, because my Twitter is kind of inactive, and I don't really tweet about that much, and I don't really tweet about streams all that much or anything. And usually when I feel like I tweet, it's, you know, when I'm at some sort of nadir for just feeling extra depressed about God knows what, and it's like, maybe I'll put this on the internet and that'll help, and someone will have some magic words for me that'll fix something, as if, you know, it actually works that way. And, you know, you think about a lot of that, and you look at all these photos, and you think, you know, I remember when I took these and all the circumstances around it, and how miserable and shitty and hopeless everything felt. And you just sort of keep remembering all that, except the pictures just keep on going in this kind of surprising way. Like, yeah, you know, you don't really see any sort of future for yourself sometimes, and, you know, that was definitely true for ages. You know, and to some extent is still true, but, you know, the timeline and everything marched on, and that was weirdly rewarding. Just to see that, like, you know, it's not necessarily perfect, but it's still at it, and that's gotta count for something, I guess. Positive tone, Tim. Yeah, thanks, shrooms. And when you take the shrooms, they say, oh, don't make any major life decisions in the next 6 weeks. Like, oops. Too late for that. Can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. Though, to be fair, like, the major life decision was pretty much already made. Ouch. That's gonna bruise. It feels like a lot of things to talk about it openly, and there's still, like, you know, this sense of being, I don't know, kind of uncomfortable with it just because you're so not used to talking about it, and you still have all that same like latent fear of, oh, well, everyone's gonna think that you look like shit, and everyone is gonna think that you're crazy, and, you know, who knows what else. But I don't know, it's been intensely positive so far. I'm trying to keep a balanced perspective that your brain is not necessarily feeding you the world's best ideas and information. Oh, I don't know, maybe more streams. I'll have to see. Nothing else really tonight, because, I mean, of course, it's like 11:30, so I wasn't really going to do anything more than this, but I'll see. It was a roller coaster of a day. Also, I'd meant to do a whole bunch of data analysis because I have a lab meeting that I promised I'd present stuff at on Friday. And thought, yeah, I'll do it today, and I'll do it tomorrow, and, you know, that'll get it done, so I'm not just stressed out and scrambling to finish it on Thursday night. But oops, didn't do that. So I guess tomorrow I'm just gonna have to do a crap ton of data analysis. When did I change the channels? Oh god, I'd forgotten. What is it, like, my face is my face, or whatever the description was? I know it had been, my name's Tanaka and I'm a mean MC, for ages. I'd completely forgotten that I had changed it, actually. And that was, I guess, whenever the album came out, which feels like a world away, but it was only like 6-7 months ago. Oh, thanks, word. Oh yeah, clipping geometry. Excuse me. Dopey ass snowman. Wow. It's a terrible thing to tell him. He's only going to be alive for a few days. Soon he'll just sort of wither away into nothingness like this, and then just a puddle. Except the puddle just keeps getting bigger for some reason. It's not just like it melts into a puddle that's underneath. No, it just goes and starts spreading out all throughout the room. Which, unlike snowman terms, is incredibly gory, but in Sims terms, it's mostly just annoying. God, how did all of these bookcases break? Yeah, that was one of the winter items. Oh no, my tree! No! I'll never get another... Oh, wait. Oh. Wait, why doesn't it... Wait, is this one of these? Wait. What? Okay. Now I have 2 dead trees. This one will go live over here.
Do you want mine, too?
I'm alright. I'm not full of that much Christmas spirit. Hey, here's this 2x2 object that you can't block off this one part of for some reason. Great. Perfect. Here's my Jesus fish fencing.
Welcome to the mayor's office. I am the mayor.
I'd like to apply for an auto loan.
Very much like a public civil servant to just leave all the Christmas decorations up and it's like April. I don't think they have any Easter stuff. Do they have Easter stuff? No, they just have like springtime stuff. That you cannot interact with except for that, which is apparently a light. Well, better go and make my $40. Again, oh. Please don't block the mayor. Mayor has to do official mayoral business.
I was tipping the mayor.
Thank you. I should go and play the New Game Plus segment on Ring Fit at some point. I beat it. It told me, hey, good job. Go take a break. And I did. But apparently the New Game Plus is full of even harder enemies, which means, hey, I hope you like doing more planks, so I can't wait for that. Oh, see ya, John. And also, it was just me being a joke. Making a joke, even. Embodying the spirit of a joke. My song Extended Auto Warranties. God, ever since I upgraded the stupid phone, like, it's great. You know, I love it, it's a good phone, but like, I've never had so much spam. It just goes constantly. Every day there's like dozens of it. What's Listman, Alabama have to say? Okay. No, thank you.
Hi, this is Congressman Frank Pallone.
Nope, don't care about that. God, did I ever tell you? When I was in college, I was trying to get some recommendations and everything for grad school, and my parents insisted, and would ask if I did this every week, that I call the congressman, who I have no relationship to. I've never met him. I've never worked for him. I don't even know if I was voting in those elections. And they had me call the congressman and call his office to see if he'd write me a letter of recommendation. Just, like, out of the blue. And, like, of course, why would he ever do that? Like, why would just some random dude in government that you don't know, and he doesn't know you, just write you a recommendation and say, like, yep, stand-up guy, you've done it. And I called, and it was mortifying. Their aide was like, okay, did you work for him? Because we can check the records and get you a letter like that. I'm like, no, I just live there. Put me on hold, came back. Oh, sorry, he doesn't really do that. Have a nice day. Like, I don't know what they expected to happen. Literally nothing. Then I just got to make a fool of myself, and there you go. What's this one? Any vampires? I know, like, I don't know where you would ever get that idea. Why that would ever make any sense at all. But they told me to do it. And I did it.
I'm with a company called Acuity Audiovisual, and I was talking with Jerry about a printer we got, ES5473, and I had some questions.
Yep, that's me. Call me for your printers. Please and thank you.
Hi, my name is Jay. I'm a buyer of cars in any condition.
Wow.
Or not. I'm looking to buy cars, trucks, cargo vans, and commercial vehicles. I buy parts cars as well. I pay cash in person, and I handle and pay for all towing. If you have any vehicles from the year...
Like, this is just this week, and it just keeps going. I don't know what it is. I guess someone has to be biting on these things, but I just don't understand how you get emails that come in and AT&T labels them as spam risk and then decides, yeah, but you should hear these anyway. You know, we just want to give you the opportunity to ruin your life and your credit. 90% sure they're outside the reach of US law. There was an NPR thing about it, and apparently it is not illegal to annoy people with spam calls. And of course, you know, people have just taken that ruling and ran with it and continue to run with it. Oh, well. My parents probably laughing their asses off in the other room. Yeah, probably. I can't believe we made him do it! But like, God, what a terrible idea! It's like, yeah, go call the president and see if he'll write you a letter of recommendation. No, you pay taxes. He has to do it.
What if the scammers came after you through Friso?
Oh God, what if they do? Gonna have someone DM me like, hey, I buy hotels and casinos in all
Like to
conditions.
extend you auto warranty.
Also, refinance your auto loan. Oh yeah, the sad printer video. printer machine gun. Totally forgotten about that. I think I might have unlisted that one. I cannot remember. Gotta bake a lemon cake for him. Oh, there's been a bunch of new Masao videos, and I haven't watched any of them. Oh, is it still up? Oh, good, great. Nice default XSplit font. Gee, I wonder how I made this video. Also, it's incredibly loud, FYI.
The up direction. Alright, this is my printer's death knells, which I can't seem to make go away. And there it goes.
That's right.
Christ almighty. And then it prints. Just fine.
Ta-da! Anyway, that's
I don't know.
garbage. God, I've had this Ken laser printer that I bought in college for like 90 bucks. Fill it with refurbished ink once every like 3 years. Dropped it off a desk. It's fine. It's totally fine. I don't remember what the other printer was. Probably some garbage Lexmark thing. I don't even know. It doesn't sound like a thing that should be coming out of, honestly, anything attached to your computer. But, yeah. You like to think refurbished ink means somebody scraped the ink off a piece of paper and put it on an ink cartridge. They should have it so there's just like a factory of people just cutting out letters from newspapers and putting them on print wheels and then selling them to you as refurbished ink cartridges. And everything you end up printing just turns into a ransom note by default. Also, welcome to my Kickstarter called Ransom Inc., where we have a factory of people that cut letters out and pass the savings on to you, the consumer. My latest application to Shark Tank. Make your next professional ransom note stand out among the competition. You have to put it on recycled paper, like very obviously recycled paper, just to show that while you're kidnapping someone's kid, you know, you also care a little bit about the environment. You don't want them to think you're totally heartless. You know, like, what's one child in contrast to the environment? I've seen Captain Planet, and they didn't have a single episode about kidnapping. Probably. Actually, they might have, because they had episodes about, like, Hitler and other not really environmentally related things. And I guess it was technically environmentally related if you wanted to just keep going down the list of things that happened as a result of World War II. Cough, cough, atomic bomb, cough, cough, but... when are they gonna have, like, a Netflix reboot of Captain Planet? where they replace Ma-Ti with somebody who's actually useful. Oh man, a live-action Captain Planet. Now featuring the Blue Man Group as Captain Planet. That's right. The entire group, they just shuffle in and out of the Captain Planet costume every scene. Forever and ever. Wow, I hope this is $44 that I desperately need to run my casino slash miniature town. Great. I feel like Jam was slightly less than sales pitches. The casino's only really set up just for Jam and everything. You know, I think you could do the chalkboard thing. I think I have a couple of those, but
Blackjack.
the vast majority is all just Jam. That's the culture. We embrace tradition in this hotel slash casino slash health club, cat cafe, ice cream parlor, theater, rec room, guitar center, art gallery, dad cafe, park, Centrino zone, business center, pet shop, fake anthropology, mayor's office, graveyard, garden, mortician, Barnes & Noble, and public garden. Jam only. Also night then, Ice Dog. Yeah, it could be an arcology. Why not? That was the logical conclusion of the SimCity 2000. Therefore, a tiny self-sufficient community is the logical conclusion of The Sims. With a gym, and a Kansas room, and the room where literally everything is broken, but there's McDonald's, and then the Santa Mirror bad trip room. Also, having had all that psilocybin, this is, like, extra unpleasant. Like, hey, I'm gonna take my eye shades off while I'm under the influence of hallucinogenic drugs, and oh, there's only Santas around me, and everywhere I stare, I'm staring at myself, and also Santa. Also night then. Thanks for popping in. Oh, wait a minute, it's April Fool's Day! That means the fire spreading should be on. It's technically midnight. I don't know if it runs on Eastern time, but... Actually, maybe I'd have to log out, I don't know. Delete my post, April Fool's Day's over. Yeah, I gotcha. Surprise. That was... It's a very long-running joke. The real timeline is the one that goes the opposite direction. I just reversed it for a lark. I'm pretty sure if fire spread were turned on, I'd probably have to restart the client. I can't imagine this thing has a clock that just sets everything on fire at 12:01. No. It didn't. Also, no, I don't know what the server time is. Get money? Well, okay. Thank you, Dr. Science. Now I'm gonna spend that money on making things catch fire. Because the best thing about owning the #1 casino/hotel is being able to just
That money is for
burn it
self-reliance.
down whenever you want. Like that's kind of the conceit for, you know, any sort of property owning. It opens up so many more possibilities in your life. For example, insurance fraud and arson. And you couldn't have done that without owning all this great property. Science fire. Oh, speaking of, actually, the journal article that we submitted and got accepted for the psilocybin study, we just got the proofs back. And that's kind of the step where it's like, this is your article and it's all formatted up. This is what it'll look like. If you have any last minute changes, let us know. Otherwise, it's going to be
Blackjack.
published soon. And then I'll share the link, and that'll be cool. Yeah, no, it's great. You know, the findings I think that we found are important. You know, having had psilocybin and at least for now noticed that it's made a difference, you know, it kind of changes your perspective about a lot of the research. Like, oh yeah, this is theoretical, and I've done it in animals, and the animals did this. That's great, whatever. But, you know, trying it for yourself and seeing what it does to you and the beneficial impact that it can have, it's like, you know, you get to be a part of that, and it's kind of very flattering and very meaningful, and, you know, if it gets it into the hands of more people, so much the better. And now that means I've worked on that, GABAergic antidepressants, ketamine, and ketamine metabolites, and that's like 3 to 4, maybe, different drugs that I have looked at various points in the context of depression. So I'm just hedging my bets that one of them's gonna work. No, I don't care about the fire. Ignore that. Ah, yeah, oh.
Burn me to death.
Yeah, it would be nice if they gave me an extra dose. One of the frustrating things is that, you know, they give you this drug, and if it ends up having a huge effect, hey, congrats, but also, you know, you're on your own to find more, which is maybe not the best lesson to glean from the whole study, but I guess that's clinical trial research for you. There's a trial I think that Hopkins is running regarding major depression concomitant with alcohol use disorder, and they give you 2 different doses of psilocybin, and they're both the 25 milligram high hallucinogenic, you know, shatter your ego dose. So, if anything, it just makes you feel like you could have given yourself more problems and gotten more fun drugs. You fool. But also, you know, if you're interested in any of this, go to clinicaltrials.gov and just search stuff. It's definitely not all in the Baltimore area. A lot of these studies are just funded by drug companies or something. You know, and they end up recruiting people from all over America. Various hospitals and universities and whatnot. Or you could just grow your own, but, you know.
Clinicaltrials.pizza.
I'm sure Twitch.television kind of frowns upon saying, like, this is how you do all these good drugs. But if you say it in the context of doing it for science and the bettering of mental health, and bam, you win. You know, if anyone ever asks, hey, have you ever done this? Like, yes, but I've done it for science. It's like, oh, okay, it's for science then. Well, that's fine. You don't say no to science. Be the new Twitch brain ambassador. Did I ever put another painting up there? No. I should. I could. I think I used to have one there and then I moved it. Oh, thanks, Mega Bro. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's right, the weird butterfly thing. I could have made a greenhouse. Well, no. I guess this wouldn't really make sense in a greenhouse. I could take the park and enclose it. Oh. Thank you, / also I'm sorry that it made you cry. Is there a sad clown painting? You know, of all the things that they could have had in this dumb game carried over from the original Sims, someone just decided, what if it's not the clown painting? You know, one of the most iconic things in that game is just not in here, and it is bonkers that there was a conscious effort to not put it in. Do I already have this poster in here somewhere? No, I guess not. Yeah, House Flipper. The last memory I have about House Flipper is tweeting about it sometime last year saying, hey, I'm gonna go and play some House Flipper tomorrow, be there. And then the next day I tweeted, sorry, too sad to play House Flipper. I downloaded the expansion and then did not bother. Oh, thanks, England. Why don't I play it right now? Because it's midnight. I'm only playing The Sims because this takes the least amount of, like, conscious thought to do literally anything. All you do is click stuff that you would otherwise click in real life, but with your eyes. Like, click the thing, take a bath, that sounds manageable. Oh, wait, no, don't take a bath, go poop first. There we go, just fill that tub with water and throw it in the trash. Yeah, the old playthrough of House Flipper I thought was pretty good. Just like all the doors that you open and there's nothing on the other side, it's just a wall. Or the one wall that I broke down and then there's just the picture of Jim Davis of Garfield fame on the other side. That entire game needs to just have, like, the destructible physicsy walls on every single object. Like, that's what I want from a house-flipping video game. If it ends up turning into, like, you know, an awful version of Jenga, so much the better, because, you know, that can also be house flipping. Why not?
Wasn't that not allowed for too horny?
I don't think Twitch pays any attention to crappy Indiegogo or whatever it was on. Games like that. Also, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't ban DNA Gender Bender Twister Extreme because the porn in it is just so bad. You know, it is...
Yeah.
What's a step below DeviantArt tier? It's that. Also, I don't know what Barn Finders is. But a barn is like a house if you think about it. But not too much, because if you think too much about it, you'll realize it isn't, actually.
Barn Finders is hunting for random bullshit in weird locations.
Oh, great. Do you then sell it? And all these contrived situations you get into with your co-host, where everyone thinks at least one of the main characters in that show is gay, but neither are, apparently. Gotta find a new addiction like Pawn Stars. The new garbage TV that I watch. The new, like... It's not even new, but... When Pawn Stars is not available for something to put on the second monitor for stuff to watch while you were eating, it has now just become Shark Tank. Which is another awful show with awful people. And I hate it. But also, I still... I don't know. I don't know why I watch Shark Tank. It's awful. It is always awful. God, there is this one episode. I don't even remember all the details about it. I think I watched it a few weeks ago. They had this one segment in Shark Tank where this couple is selling this, like, aphrodisiac chocolate bar, and they're like, hey, it's gonna spice up your love life, and it has, like, cayenne pepper in it, because, you know, that's how that works. And it's awful, and no one liked it, and it's dumb, and it's like this one guy's life dream, and then... God, he goes into this sob story about... Oh God, I can't even remember. I think he had a brain tumor. And, you know, he's just getting up there crying about how the doctor said that he was gonna die or something like that. And then anyway, will you invest in the product? Like, wholly unrelated. Usually when that sort of thing happens in Shark Tank, it's like, oh, my dad made this product and then he died in an orphanage fire. But this one is just... God, it was so uncomfortable.
Oh, the hot tub room is dark.
Oh, that's because literally everything in it is broken, and I think if I try to fix it, I will die.
Oops.
Here. Oh, wait, can I delete this? Broken! There you go. You've earned that one, kiddo.
Hold on. I'll fix some stuff.
You really light up my life, Tim.
And then they keep having these random guests come in. Like, they had, like, A-Rod come in for some reason as a guest shark. And you always have to wonder, like, what do these people do? Like, yeah, the sharks that are generally there, you know, they are ostensibly venture capitalists and they have portfolios of companies like this. And then you just get, like, these random one-off guys, and then they invest in a company, And, like, okay, but I don't know what that's supposed to add or what they're supposed to do, or if they're going to look at their investments one day and be like, why did I shell out all this money for this vegan dog food company? Like, what was the plan here? It's like, I got shares in Microsoft, shares in the hotel company, shares in Microsoft again, and also this random company.
Thank you for repair magic.
Forever.
Soraya.
Also, thank you, yes, for fixing that. A-Rod and Barbara apparently own a horrible building in New York City that had a bunch of drama this past week. God, and everything about Shark Tank when they're like really leaning into the fact that it's called Shark Tank is the worst. It is constantly terrible. It's like, well, you know what happens when you leave the Shark Tank? You might come back and get bitten. Or someone's like, well, it's a Shark Tank, it's not a Dolphin Tank, so watch out. It's like, shut up. It's not even a good joke. It's not funny. And you suck for saying it. I hate it. It's the worst. I just want somebody on that show who's just done with it. Because every time they go out, it's like, your company sucks and I hate it and blah blah blah, and for that reason I'm out.
But what if bad jokes were good?
But
actually?
I just want one of them to be like, no, not interested. And then like a producer comes over and nudges them like, say the line! Just stick to the script! And it's like, I hate your company and it's dumb, and for that reason I'm out. And then they slowly hand him a giant novelty sack with a $sign on it, stealthily off camera. God, and also that awful, I think I've identified it as like a squeaky gate closing sound that they always end up playing for ostensibly drama or something. And it's also in Kitchen Nightmares, the like shit's going down sound effect. It's on everything. I don't know who decided, like, no, every single crappy reality show has to sound like this. Canadian's Dragon Den is pretty good. They have Australian
Using the same
Dragon's
Dragon's Den
Den,
library
and like half the people that are involved in it are like animal pet people. Like, I don't know. And Canadian Shark Tank or Dragon's Den or whatever it is extra weird because, you know, sometimes Kevin is just there anyway. Because I think he's Canadian. Very strange. Is this the sound? Ah, yeah. Wait, it's called a water phone?
It's so bad.
It's awful. No, I thought it was just like a squeaky gate closing. I thought about it long and hard and honestly thought that's got to be it. I'm totally right. But it's an instrument. Awful. God. Also, I don't even think that's what the logo for Hell's Kitchen looks like.
That sound.
I'm gonna have to add that sound effect onto the stream deck so I can just pull it up whenever. Along with a bunch of dubstep sound effects. Barry played with
you have a stream deck now.
the water phone on an old episode of Storage Wars. God. That's also a terrible show. With just the most repugnant people. Also, yes, I own a Stream Deck. It's the smaller one. I bought it actually years ago. And for some reason, I think... I was doing some research on it, and I saw that it'll display animated GIFs, and I figured, well, that's great. I'll put all the hold-on screens on it, and I'll just have this little array of buttons to switch between the hold-on screens. And even if it isn't useful, it's this thing on my desk that just animates constantly with crap that I've made, and that's kind of neat. And for some reason, it seemed like a good idea to pay a premium to have Amazon Prime Now deliver the thing to my house in 2 hours instead of just waiting multiple days and ultimately deciding maybe I don't have to spend $100 on this thing like a normal person would. But no. And then I gave Amazon all this extra money that I didn't have to give them, and what did I get in return? They kicked me out of the partner program for reasons unknown. So, you know, cool. Thanks, Amazon. You kicked me out of the Amazon partner program, terminated my account on Christmas Eve. You ghouls. My God. No, this can't wait another day. Merry Christmas, punk. You're dead, kiddo. Jeff Bezos didn't get his billions by giving you $20 a month for driving more traffic to Amazon.
Would you recommend a Stream Deck?
As like a practical thing? Eh.
How the Grinch stole Amazon referral money.
It's weird. So, it does a bunch of things. All I literally use it for is displaying animated GIFs on the screen, which is very low resolution, and the buttons are concave, and it ends up, like, refracting what's on the screen a bunch. But the functionality is also weird, because for some reason, hitting the button on the Stream Deck to change the scenes, or, you know, the scenes between all the different hold-on screens, works, like, significantly worse than just clicking them in XSplit. Like, you hit it on the Stream Deck, and then XSplit freezes up a bit. It takes longer, and then half the time it doesn't even play the transition animation. Whereas if you just clicked it on the program, it's fine. Also, I cannot have the Stream Deck and a webcam for Zoom calls or something plugged into the same USB hub, because I guess it uses too much bandwidth. So at the moment, it's unplugged.
Think it might just be because you're still on Split?
Yeah, the superior streaming software that I paid for a lifetime subscription for and have been using ever since. It was called VH Multicam in 2009, and damn it, I hate change. So I'm going to use that thing forever.
Time to enhance the dance experience. Streamlabs made things very easy, so I use it like the basic bitch I am.
Yeah, but XSplit cost more money
This is my
than
podcast.
OBS. Hence, it is more better. The end. Also, if I switch to XSplit, or OBS, I probably have to remake all the hold-on screens, because they're gonna take a bit. Especially the dancing GIF one. That not only has, like, the dozens of dancing GIFs, but also... What is the background? I think it's this? No.
Still 2020.
This has a 2014 date image overlapping a 2013 date image overlapping multiple other dates that are just rendered in text. Like 4 of them, and then some dancing crap on top, and just... It will never be the same if I ever bother to recreate it, and I just do not care. Oh yeah, well, that's the P dance cage. That's why the urinals are on it. You know, I'm going for like a German club approach. Surprised they're copyrighted. Oh, it's a joke. Some of them just have the copyright thing there just because it was in the original title screen, like the Danganronpa one. Like, not to surprise you, there's no StereotoneTim Co. Limited. And no rights are reserved, but don't tell anybody that. Yeah, sorry. And the Parappa one doesn't have any. Also, you can totally see how, the way that I've drawn myself in a lot of these things has just sort of changed as I have thought about adding that to the timeline as well, but it was one of those ideas that only comes to you after you've done the thing. It's like, God damn it! It's a genius idea. Should have done that. Well, my room score is really low. Now I have to go to a high room score and watch the TV. Or just sit in the mayor's office that's full of so much random crap and expensive artwork that you just feel better by sheer presence.
Abandon the plebeians and sit in your high tower, Mr. Mayor. Done.
Ooh, windy. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they bother to have, like, mayoral elections in this game, but only if your area is active enough. And then it's like the top 4 active areas.
Oh wait, is it Mr. I don't know
Like-
the deeds of it other than you being cute as hell?
It's... Who cares? Like, oh, I'm gonna be fake mayor for a month in my area that's not that active. Like, I appreciate them trying to replicate the Sims experience, I suppose, in terms of just arbitrary requirements for everything. Is that all the TV I'm gonna watch? Oh, no, wait, turn that back off. But, like, also, you know, it's a private server and it doesn't really matter. You're strongly considering buying 5 pounds of blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers. Ew. I mean, they are the best ones, but... Also, thank you, Ebby. Are the rugs clipping through each other? Yes. But I officially, mayorally decreed that they clip through each other. That's a feature. God, you know what they should sell separately? Speaking of, like, the best thing in a variety pack of other garbage food. They need to sell the rye chips from Chex Mix individually. Because literally every bit in Chex Mix that's not the rye chips is just worse. Like, oh great, cool pretzel sticks that taste like styrofoam. That's cool. This enhances the experience. Oh, do they actually? Are they, like, Chex branded, or is it just somebody making bread? Making their own homegrown chips? Meet a guy in a back alley and give him a fistful of dollars, and he hands you a plastic baggie full of rye chips.
Snack mix than Chex Mix.
I don't know if I've ever heard of Gardettos. Maybe I have seen this. I like how it's Gardetto's special request. As in, somebody wrote in and said, hey, you should make the Chex Mix, but only the good part. Just like how somebody probably wrote into whatever soulless
Gardetto's
company
rules.
makes
Eating
the
a snack mix right now.
Cheez-Its and says, hey, can you just bake them longer? And everyone looks at that guy like he's crazy until we realize, no, extra toasty Cheez-Its are the superior Cheez-Its. In fact, they should make them even darker. Do I need to bring up my toast scale again?
Blackened Cheez-Its.
God, I think I took a picture of toast that I made at some point. Somewhere between all of these awful selfies. Yeah, here... We've had a debate about this. Bad news, I like everything slightly too burnt. Like, hey, here's the toast that I got out of my toaster. It's okay, but it could stand to be more toasted, and then I put it back in the toaster, and now it's toast. And even that, move my foot, even that is... It could be darker, that's all I'm saying. If that were a little bit darker, I would be totally fine with it. Bad news, my body runs exclusively on charcoal. Oops. Am I afraid of moisture? No, that's why we have butter. You know, and I'd always thought, like, every toaster I've ever used, you know, was broken or uncalibrated or something, because it never seemed to put out toast dark enough. But no, now I've realized that that's just a me problem. Oh, I never put jam on toast. I have like zero affinity for anything sweet. And it took me like, God, until I was 25 to even realize that they make salted butter. Just like as a thing. And that it's also incredibly so much better than regular butter. I'm the reason toasters gold the bread at 2 and somehow has 10 power. I put it in at the highest power setting, and then it pops up, and then I put it back to medium, and then I put it back down again, and then it comes out. And it's perfect. You thought all butter was salted growing up. Yeah, also, I don't think I ever had milk that wasn't skim milk until I went to college and just... I would have 1% and it just felt like heavy cream. Which I guess is probably for the best, because... I mean... Who cares what kids drink? They wouldn't appreciate it anyway, but now they've just calibrated all the milk that I've ever had to just, by contrast, being virtually half and half. Yeah, now I just get 2%. God, with this, like, awful frou-frou cereal I get at Whole Foods. the one that I've been eating recently. It's called Heritage Flakes. Like, it's good. It tastes pretty good, and it stays crunchy surprisingly long, but... like, the name... Yeah, I'm just gonna have some Heritage Flakes. Yeah, it's made of ground up bones of my ancestors. Like, no. Why? Also, where's Momi Mark? Apparently here. No, that was gone. No, he's back. Old man flakes. No, those are Total. Cue the video of the person making the slurry out of Total and then holding a magnet up to it so all of the iron that's in the nutrition facts collects onto the magnet. Because it turns out when they say that there's iron in your cereal, it is literally ferrous iron in your cereal. Honest to God metal. You need to see that. Okay. Let's see. Total iron magnet. Oh man, Flynn Scientific. Makers of literally everything in your high school.
Talk to you about
Hey, it's me, Jim Total. I mean Bob Total.
But it actually serves as a very good example of that. We reach in here and take out a couple of these wonderful flakes. The very fact that you can look at these and see different gradients of brown and brown,
Wow.
or brown, but different shades of brown tells us right away we know it's a mixture.
I love that book.
And a mixture of what, you might ask? Well, they tell you exactly what it's a mixture of.
I thought Total was an element.
It's got 100% of everything in there. Now,
Wow.
no, it can't be 100% of all those things. Those are 100% of the recommended daily allowance.
100% brown.
Those things. But one of the things that kind of might surprise you is that there's iron in this cereal. Well, you say, of course there's iron. That's important for your diet. It is
Don't
important
advertise
for
that
your
there's
diet.
copper in it. People are going to break into my house and steal it.
It's transport
It's like they stole the
oxygen
pipes.
in the blood. They rely on iron. But is that the same kind of iron, students want to know, as like cars are made of? Hammers and nails are made of? Yes, it is.
That's right, your
Well,
car's made of Total.
If there is, in fact, iron
Runs on vitamin
in
C
these
for
flakes, you
car.
would think that maybe they'd be attracted by a powerful magnet. Now, I've got a neodymium magnet right here, and it's very powerful. I can tell you, oh, there's some iron in that blender.
That's made of Total.
Made of
So-
aluminum nowadays, but whatever.
If there is iron in these flakes, we should see a definite attraction between the flakes and the magnet. So here we go. I'm going to bring this up next to them. I'm not seeing much here.
Those lying
I don't
bastards
know
at
that.
Total.
Well, there is
I was
an
promised
attraction,
iron.
but because the iron in there is rather low concentration, it's not that strong, and there's a lot of friction between the flakes and the table. So here's an idea. We'll put these flakes in their natural environment.
I don't care about
That is
this.
float.
This is what I care about. So you poured some water in.
About a cup of cereal, which according to the label is, how many servings is that?
We don't care. I want the iron.
A serving. 3/4 of a cup is a serving.
Good thing there's the fire
So
blanket,
we'll get an
though.
idea of how much iron you get when you have a bowl of
I was
Total
eating my Total and then spontaneously
in
combusted.
the morning. Okay? So, here we go. Now I'm going to blend it for a little while. It's going to be rather noisy. So, here we go.
Total smoke. Don't breathe this. Okay, it's blended.
That's something you could call a cereal dilution. That's a joke, sorry. Anyway, bad joke. We're going to yeah. We're going to pour this off into a cup here. This looks appetizing, doesn't it?
Don't laugh.
Nice and rich.
You
I'm going to actually
take
pour
those
a
back.
bit here to try to rinse out that sludge in the bottom because I know there's some iron down there. Okay? And now, when you do this, you want to make sure you use a plastic spoon because otherwise you're going to get stuck to the spoon here. And I'm just going to hold this magnet in place for a while as I stir this around. If you make this is called a slurry, if you make the slurry too thick, it'll be hard for the iron to get through. So this is pretty liquidy here. And I think you can already see, if I move this magnet to the side,
Look, it's
a little spot of iron that's going
it's
there.
honest to God, just straight up iron.
So we'll collect a little bit more. This really...
Like, it stands to reason that it would be, but you never think
blended with water.
there's
And
just
certainly
metal
like
in
to
your
see
cereal, but
elemental
surprise.
Iron, kind of iron that's in nails and car bodies in their breakfast cereal. But it's important for them to realize that that's an important nutrient.
So
mineral
load up
from
on Total
diets.
and then go
Now,
surprise
if
the
it's in body,
TSA
of
when
course,
they
it digests and
just
gets
strip you
converted to
naked
iron
in
ions.
various ways and
But
just
it
cannot
is in
find the
there
metal.
as elemental iron. So here I think we can get a good picture of, and I don't think I've gotten it all. I
Oh
don't know how
God,
long I
I've
have to
had
stir
so
it
many
to get all
miserable
of it come out,
TSA
but,
experiences.
I've gotten a good portion of it there. And to show you that that is in fact the iron and magnetic, watch what happens when I pull it over
Like,
there.
oh, is it my junk that's gonna light up or
No,
my
it's,
chest that's gonna light up? Who
pull
can
it back
tell?
here.
Join us next time on the hit new game show.
So,
Where am I gonna get groped today
There
in
it
public
is.
at the airport? Anyway, metal. That's a thing.
iron in your breakfast cereal. Good example of a heterogeneous mixture and a nice little mixture separation done quite simply.
I feel like this video is far too long for what it has to actually...
Airport security sucks in the USA.
Yeah. But this is like 6.5 minutes and it really doesn't have to be. How many cornflakes do you have to eat to get the equivalent of a house? I kind of wish he pulled the iron out and then wanted to go and check the recovery. I feel like that's also something Cody's lab would have done.
I made my roommate very mad when I talked about the tea.
Oh, man!
And my nuts.
That's really good. Oh, thanks, Mega Bro. I don't really know how much attention people paid to any of those. There's like that one and the awful one where I just have the miserable clown thing on. Tried to pick some of the goofier ones. Oh god, now I have the lyrics up. That's really good! Yeah, that Spotify picture. Well, that was one of the first ones that I had taken at some point that I actually thought was, you know, alright. And then proceeded to use it for, like, everything that I ever needed a profile photo on. But it's weird, because I feel like you're so used to seeing yourself and having, like, immediate, visceral, like, negative reactions to it, that when you flip it upside down or stick it at some weird angle, it's... like, I don't know, your head doesn't immediately process that it's you, and generally just feels like you end up liking the photo better as a result. So I guess I could have flipped the upside down one back to how it normally should have been, quote unquote should have.
So does this mean
But-
more cosplay?
Maybe. Though I feel like the cosplay sort of lost out in closet
Right.
space for just regular clothes. Happy April 1st. Oh god, it's already April. I have to finish writing my thesis. I've not put any work into it
Feels
for
like February. Really?
so many months. When does it due? I don't know. Oh, yeah, well, some of the other ones I still just cover up my face with my phone because it's like... you know, sometimes it's hard enough just to get a picture of, you know, yourself and your body that you're kind of happy with, and then you don't want to have to worry about oh well, do I have like the right expression, or does my face look stupid in this, and is that gonna like invalidate the rest of it? Versus just covering it up and saying, well, there you go, one less variable to worry about. At least this year's going faster. Yeah, it really has. My God. Like 2021 has been this incredible roller coaster, back and forth.
Everything is weird.
Like between today or between last week with psilocybin stuff, or the paper getting accepted, submitting all the cover art for the journal, which I don't know if they're going to accept, getting results in lab that have not been replicated for like, I don't know, 6, 7 years.
Science.
Like, it still kind of sucks. Quarantine still sucks. COVID still there. Not great. But at least, feels less overwhelmingly
Still waiting
shitty.
for my vaccine.
Yeah, I'm vaccinated. All that good stuff. What a world.
I'm trying to get my name change stuff going before my vaccine so I don't have to do a court hearing in person.
God, I swear.
I like
Should
the
do
masks
a
though,
poll.
since they hide your face.
It's like, hey, inadvertently just sort of ended up with like the gayest chat on Twitch. Somehow. Everyone sees the jamming in the
Rainbow
thumbnail and
flag.
is like, oh man, gotta get in on that.
Where I live, since I only needed one document.
Yeah, ever since I built Gay Court and the property,
And
the
I was
writing was
done.
on the wall. This entire time. Are vaccines more effective if different brands are taken, i.e. Pfizer first dose, Moderna second dose?
No hearing.
I don't know. I
have to
would...
submit a thing to a newspaper in Illinois,
Actually, I don't
which
know.
is annoying.
So... I want to say no, because technically they should still be coding
Why
for
do
the
you
same
need to submit a
protein.
thing?
It's so you don't, like, skip out on debts by changing your name. They have to legally publish it for a set period of time.
Yeah.
Remember, it's like the episode of Nathan For You, where he had to come up with the fake newspaper so the one guy could change his name to Michael Richards, and then pretend that he's Michael Richards leaving a massive tip for somebody, and then he made a fake newspaper called the Diarrhea Times that specifically had a name change section in it. Same concept, but less diarrhea. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So technically, the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines should probably be coding for pretty much the same protein. The sequence they're using might be slightly different, and maybe the protein that they end up producing with the mRNA might be slightly different, which may or may not have a difference in your ability to have an immune response, but if it's a case of you can only get the other one for a second shot,
It's probably
like,
safer to stick with the same brand.
it's better than not having the second shot, but if you can just stick with the same brand and, you know, stay in the Pfizer ecosystem, that's probably for the best. God, somebody in my department...
I was also trying to figure out what my middle name should be. Current forerunner is video games. Eris.
Somebody in my department has had like long haul COVID and has just been dealing with it for the last like almost 12 months at this point. Like she somehow got it really early and has just had it this entire time. Though apparently when she got the vaccine, it made it significantly better somehow. Did you get a superpower yet? Yeah, super exhaustion.
Tempted to go with the name of my persona, too. It means red tea in Japanese.
Oh man.
Persona.
I mean, go for it. Okay, bad news. Everything is dumb and nothing matters. Do whatever makes you happy.
Like that?
Go for whatever you want, nobody can stop you.
To clarify, I could stop you, I just won't. Theoretically possible. Did I hear about the reverse engineered vaccine on GitHub? Yeah. Somebody sequenced, I think, the mRNA
Hello,
sequence.
I'm first name twitch.tv/England had last name.
The mRNA sequence and then put it up on GitHub.
Best branding.
And, like, you know that's literally setting the scene for this Vice article that's gonna happen 2 months or something down the line, like, this biohacker made his own COVID-19 vaccine and also implanted magnets in every one of his fingers and a microchip in his forehead. Etc., etc.
Bootleg COVID vaccine win.
My mom suggested my middle name be COVID.
Got him. Well, what if you spell it backwards? Then you could be Divok.
Divik. 91.
You're welcome. That tip is free.
Sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Night then. I wish the vaccines had a microchip. God, what I... It's so irritating. So, I was in the psilocybin trial. I'm one of the psychologists that had to trip-sit me and make sure I don't have, like, awful psychosis during the psychedelic stuff. I was talking about the COVID vaccine afterwards and was like, I don't know about my children getting it because I don't want my babies or my grandchildren to glow green. It's like, I'm pretty sure this is just a joke, but also like,
Are nice when done.
it's on the off chance that it's not a joke and you're a doctor, it's very demoralizing. Also, one of the main guys running the study I was talking to, because he was doing all the various mental health assessments, and I asked him, oh, have you ever tried psilocybin or any hallucinogens or anything, or psychedelics? And he said no, but he's been using this app called Luminate, Lumenate, which apparently induces a psychedelic experience and has behavioral improvements, because he said it made him delete all of the phone apps, or all of the game apps he has on his phone as part of some sort of habit bettering thing. And it's an app on your phone that produces a psychedelic experience by... It's so dumb. I downloaded it yesterday. You hold the phone up to your face, and it flashes your phone camera flash at you. Just strobes it, like,
That sounds like the most
8
hip Genzer thing
centimeters
I've
in
ever
front of your face, which was their recommended distance, and that's supposed to do something. And it's like, what? Yeah, you get trippy patterns in your eyelids, but also... No. I told him, like, that... We already had that. It's called binaural beats, and, like, I dosed back then, and it... Or I dosed. I dosed back then on binaural beats, and it didn't do anything. Because, of course, it doesn't do anything. It's literally just white noise, and every now and then it, like, has a square wave in it. And it also has, like, one free trial session, and then the rest you have to pay for.
Those apps are just scams.
I know, it's... I'm glad he told me that after he had already given me all the drugs. Because if he had told me that before, I would just sit there in his office, just thinking, like, I gotta get out of here. I'm not letting this guy give me drugs. But I guess if you haven't, like, ever tried them...
Talk about paranoia.
You know, you've never tried psychedelics or something. Yeah, maybe you think that what you're seeing is interesting and maybe meaningful, but after you've had a soul-rending, ego-destroying psychedelic dose of pure research-grade psilocybin, the thought that you're going to put a flashlight up to your face and think, yup, this is even remotely similar, is just ridiculous. And I didn't even have to pay to be in the clinical trial, which did, like, far more than this flashlight could ever possibly do. Have I tried the hairband that has the tiny magnets in it that'll cure my whatever?
Tummy ache and did nothing else. 0/10 drugs are bad.
I'd have to try that. Then if you crush my brain up and turn it into a slurry in a blender, you could hold the magnet to it and get all the iron out of it. My dose was 25 milligrams. Ooh, windy.
Yeah, she smuggled it from a dispensary in Colorado.
I don't know if it damages your eyes. They say when you're doing it, it's a third of the brightness of being outside in a cloudy day.
The THC.
Which is probably true, because, hey, it turns out the sun pretty bright. But when it's happening, you can't shake the feeling that, like, I probably shouldn't be flashing this in my eyes. The last time I did Ring Fit was when I tweeted about it, having beaten the story the first run through. I'd been meaning to do more, but I've had a busy and, let's say, emotionally charged week. So, just had not been in the mood. Maybe it's broadcasting brain control patterns. Maybe. I need a control brain, save state of myself to not flash, and then see what that does. Is the dosage different in pill form?
Planning for that stuff? BTW.
I don't
Every week is emotionally charged.
think so. Well, I mean, it's definitely a different dose versus just eating, you know, the mushroom itself. If you were eating it, I have no idea. There's probably a conversion. Back when people were isolating the psilocybin out of the magic mushroom back in, like, the 50s. What was it, Albert Hoffman who did it? You know, it was a case of,
Cause stomach issues at the start.
oh, I'm just gonna have these mushrooms and cut out different parts and eat them and see what makes me trip. And then that's how they ultimately figured out, you know, where it was and what it was. Yeah, it is significantly more for the plant, I believe. And I had a weird dream about that last night for some reason. Like, I've never actually had the mushroom, just the, you know, active ingredient. isolated out. But I had this dream that I was just eating a bunch of magic mushrooms, or tried to, and I put one in my mouth and it just tasted like battery acid. I'm hoping it's not actually that bad, but who knows? I'll just change my name and put on a fake mustache and then go to some other research study and say,
moist old nuts.
hey, I'm sad in Wyoming. Drugs, please.
That's how shrooms taste fresh.
What? Moist old nuts. I had heard either like feces or vomit, so honestly that sounds significantly better. Also, if you ever have to stop Effexor, please taper off, because I quit it cold turkey. Or I quit Prestique, which is the more apparently potent version
Sad
of
in Wyoming
Effexor,
is my really mediocre porno.
cold turkey, and it was really bad for like 3-4 weeks. Here's the flu and also brain zaps. And every time you move your head, there's just electrical pulses going off in your brain, down your limbs. Just the same pattern of like every time. You know, it really makes you worry, like, well, my brain's not supposed to be doing this. I really hope I didn't break it.
Shrooms become a legit antidepressant at some point seems better than we have now.
Yeah. I mean, some of the research is now just going to be geared toward maximizing the activation of serotonin receptors that are not the hallucinogenic one. Because the thrust of our research at least suggests that in animals, you don't need to activate the hallucinogenic serotonin receptor for it to still work. But, you know, a lot of the literature and the field in general seems to think that, you know, you need the hallucinations that helps you get through stuff. It's not just a matter of having a bunch of serotonin receptor activation in you at once, but having it not done in people, you know, we can only really speculate. It takes the fun out. Yeah, I know. But also, you know, if you want to get it to people and in people, you kind of have to make it less dramatic, less like, you know, time consuming. Yeah, and also, like, if you have bad bipolar or schizophrenia, or you're subject to having psychosis, you know, hallucinogen's probably not great for you.
Also can be bad with epilepsy.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it's irritating because it's been criminalized forever, and I never thought I would end up as one of those people, like, you know, oh, it's just the plant, man. It's, you know, they're keeping us down. They don't want us to know what the plant does. And have connection with Mother Earth, and also talk like this, so you need a lozenge, man, but like a lozenge from the earth.
I feel that criminalization
But,
is
like,
just a gut reaction because drugs are bad.
It's, at least from my experiment with an N of 1, it's harmless, really. Like, no, don't drive on it. But, like, you're in a safe environment. And, you know, I felt totally fine. I didn't feel sick. I felt, you know, incredible during the experience. And afterwards, I've still felt pretty good. You know, and it's really kind of disappointing that, you know, not everyone's gonna have super easy access to this sort of thing just by virtue of how it's been criminalized. It's because I was a square. I know. It's true. But, you know, it's very easy to, like, stigmatize and dump on stuff that you like don't fully understand or you've never tried or any of that.
Only option is to grow yourself or go through hoops to find LSD.
I suppose. Having never done either, though, I cannot tell you. Just look at alcohol and cigarettes. Honestly, they should probably criminalize cigarettes, but it's too ingrained in the culture.
I just chill with good OL caffeine.
God, this morning I had a caffeine pill,
Maybe a drink if I'm out to eat.
like 200 milligrams of caffeine, and then I had another like 20-ounce thing of coffee. And that's just to sort of feel normal, not even close to wired. You know you have a problem when ... I'm sure I could quit that for a bit, but... Do I have a caffeine tolerance? Oh god, do I have a caffeine tolerance. I could take so many of these damn caffeine pills. I think if I took 2 of them, I would feel awake. You know, 2 of them at once. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm up now, not going back to bed. It wouldn't be like wired, it wouldn't be jittery, it would just be normal.
No effect from energy drinks? Taurine and stuff like that.
I'm not a total gremlin, so I don't drink energy drinks, sorry. Like, my life has gone off the rails, but not so off the rails that I'm gonna be an energy drink person.
My roomie just sips a Monster over the course of a day.
Does he do it out of a giant goblet?
The cans are fancy enough.
The only energy drink that was ever any good was when I would have 5-hour energy in college, and that's just because the people who make 5-hour energy realize the one truth about energy drinks so much that, or insofar that, you know, they're gross. They taste like sweetened battery acid, and, you know, you have these big cans of Monster, and
Some of the zero
why do you
sugar
want to
monsters
keep
are pretty
drinking
tasty.
that? 5-hour energy is just, you know, do it, you chug it, get it out of the way, you're done. Have fun for 5 hours. Maybe 4. Never 6. Oh, thanks. You don't do wacky plants or fungi or smoke or drink. You seem super square. I mean, look, you do whatever works for you. It's alright. That being said, I think
basically just
shrooms
can't
have
get
been
out of
very
bed
helpful,
until I'm
so what
waking
you gonna
up.
do?
My willpower sucks.
Not saying that you need to go and do it, but definitely a an option to keep in mind. And of all the drugs that I've personally researched, that one is probably the most fun one that I could have taken. I mean, I'd always been curious about ketamine for depression, because that's, you know, very much talked about these days, but I don't know. Certainly cannot complain with what I've done. Well, I know there's been a couple people in the chat who have said that they tried ketamine for depression and it made an incredible difference. But I cannot vouch for it. Yeah, like long-lasting for a few weeks. They have to get dosed back up regularly, though. I forget who it is, but somebody has. I'm sure if I talk about it enough, either this stream or the next, they'll pop up and say, hey, that's me. I took the drugs. Anyway, it's like 1 in the morning and I should probably go to sleep because today was a day. So, I guess I'll see you guys at some other time. Maybe on the stream or the real one, but I'm gonna head off. Thank you for everything. Good night.